Huntsville Sports Commission. Call into the Neighbors Wealth Management Hotline now, 256-576-4977. That's 256-576-4977. Now, here's your host, Scott Tyson.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome into Week 0 of the high school football season and Week 1 of the Woody Anderson Ford High School Football Scoreboard Show, powered by the Huntsville Sports Commission. It is 11 weeks of high school football time as we have kicked off the 2023 season. And the heat tonight causing some teams around North Alabama to kick off their games at 7:30. Some chose to kick them off at 8 o'clock. Others decided to go with the traditional 7 o'clock kick. We have got a lot of scores, a lot of action to get to. We've had win streaks snapped. How about this? Hartzell entered the night with a 23-game regular season winning streak. They had that on the line tonight against Austin. We'll let you know about that one. It was an era of new faces beginning. Decatur, May Jemison, both ushering in new head coaches. We'll let you know how that one came out as well. We do want to welcome all of our friends that are listening on 100.1 FM WLAY in Florence and Muscle Shoals and 105.9 WKLS Gadsden and Anniston, and right here in Huntsville on 97.7 ESPN The Zone. A lot of great games to get through, but let's start running down some of the scores for you on Week 0 of the high school football season. We start with a game that was played in Harvest, and an interesting one to say the least. Hazel Green and Sparkman. Before we get to everything that happened at the half, let's fill you in on the lead-in here. Ronnie Watson taking over as Sparkman head coach. Last season, Senators put up 77 points in the win against the Trojans. In fact, Sparkman has won the last 4 meetings. Got to go all the way back to 2016, the last time Hazel Green was able to notch a win in the series. Sparkman would start off fast. Senators would find themselves up 31-0 at the break. Okay, that is how it went into the locker rooms. Sparkman would come out of the locker rooms at the half. Hazel Green would not come out of the locker rooms. A developing situation would ensue. Fans would be asked by Madison County Sheriff's officials to exit the stadium. The game would ultimately be called, and it's still a developing situation. So we are still trying to work on. Okay. All right, so we have reached out to both Sparkman head coach Ronnie Watson, and Hazel Green head coach Charlie Wilburn. Now, both of them did answer their phones. We did talk to them briefly off the air. Neither coach can comment on exactly what has happened or what happened this evening there at Sparkman. So we're still trying to work and find out more information. We'll pass it along as we get it. But what we can tell you right now is Sparkman was leading 31-0 at the half. What happens to the game from here? Is it a forfeit win? Is it called? That we are still working on, still trying to find everything out. Let's still move down the line and let's get some more scores for you. Lee and Westminster Christian Academy. Westminster Christian Academy came into this one ranked 8th in Class 4A. the Lee Generals, this one, we thought there would be plenty of points in this one. It did not disappoint. 78 points in all. The Lee Generals come out on top 44-34. They are victorious in their season opener, and we go out to the North Alabama High School Football Scoreboard Show hotline, and we welcome in the head coach of the Lee Generals this evening, Irving McGuire. Coach, welcome in.
Hey, how y'all guys doing?
44-34, victorious in the season opener. And just kind of lay it out there for us. How were you guys able to come away with a victory?
Well, I'm going to tell you one thing. Westminster is really deserving of that 8th ranking. Brandon Mush and the guys, Henry Clax on that offense, man, they're just a load. And that defense, man, they fly around the ball. They're disciplined. They're where they're supposed to be, man. And I'm just going to tell you, like, if Brandon Mush was playing in the game at the latter part, we probably still would be playing.
Coach, who kind of stepped up for you tonight in the victory? I mean, you put up over 624 yards of offense in the win.
Well, we were all hands on deck, man. Brandon Johnson led the way with receiving yards and catching the ball all over the field, jet sweeps, and then Carlton Long was a man, and he did what we expected him to do. He had a big night, even though a lot of his touchdowns got called back, but he did what he was supposed to do, man. Both quarterbacks threw the ball very well. Naaman Hobson was able to have a couple of big catches in the game, but he did a tremendous job of blocking on that edge, which really sprung Carlin on a lot of his big runs, man. But it was all hands on deck. Everybody contributed on every level of offense, but we didn't execute the way we wanted to from start to finish, and that's something we definitely got to improve on.
Defensively, you give up 500 yards in this ball game to Westminster Christian Academy. At some point, was it just, hey, guys, we just need to make a stop here, make a stop there, and let our offense get the ball back because I've got a good feeling that we're going to be able to come out on top?
Well, to be honest with you, man, we fought tooth and nail. We got him in some bad situations. Carlton Long even played defense and had an interception for us. Brandon Mush is a man, and you know, we got some good solid licks on him in the second half and that third quarter. They ultimately knocked him out of the game, and then after that, we were able to just play a little bit more of our base football and get out of that QB spot. So But all in all, we got stops when we thought we needed them. We thought we were going to have to outscore them, and we thought it was going to be a basketball game. We just needed a few stops here and there, and we thought we had opportunity to come out victorious.
All right, Coach, next week you look forward to Madison County, but this week you get a win, a season-opening 44-34 win over Westminster Christian Academy. Congratulations, Coach, and thanks for talking to us a little bit later than normal, but congratulations on the win.
Hey, I appreciate you guys, man. Thank you for giving me a call.
All right, Irving McGuire, head coach of the Lee Generals. There were 1,124 total yards put up in the game between Lee and Westminster Christian Academy. Lee had 624 yards of offense. Westminster Christian Academy 500. The story in this one, though, Westminster Christian Academy All-State quarterback Brandon Mush hurts his shoulder, did not play in the fourth quarter of tonight's contest. All right, let's keep rolling along with the scores for you this evening. Hartselle and Austin. Hartselle traveling to the River City, winners of 2 straight in the series, including last year's 45-17 win. Austin with wins in 2019, 2020. Austin last year 6-1 in the region. The Black Bears started 0-2 before rattling off 7 straight wins. Hartselle, how about this? They had a perfect regular season last year. In fact, the Tigers, you go all the way back, they've got a 23 regular season game winning streak entering the night. Oh, boy, Austin comes away victorious. Hartselle starts the year ranked 3rd in Class 6A. The Austin Black Bears able to get it done tonight at home, 28-17 over Hartselle. Decatur and Mae Jemison For the first time since 1996, a new head coach for the Red Raiders. Hall of Fame head coach Jer Adcock retiring after last season. Arion Savage taking over the reins of the Red Raiders. Mae Jemison seeing Rico White take over as head coach, the third head coach in program history. The program has been around since 2016, so looking for some stability. Just the second all-time meeting between the two teams, and Decatur gets off to a good start, 54-23 winners over Mae Jemison. Gadsden City and Carver Montgomery tonight. Gadsden City nets a 37-20 win. It's the Battle of the Top Cat Trophy. Scottsboro and Fort Payne. How about this one? 107 combined points tonight. Scottsboro gets the best of Fort Payne, 56-51. Florence and Pinson Valley. The game was tied at 3 at the half. A 15-0 second half run for Pinson Valley. They get the win, 18-13. James Clemens goes on the road tonight to take on Gardendale, and they are 5 better than the Rockets, 26-21. Oxford, a 33-23 winner over McAdory. Russellville and Grissom. Remember this one last season, the second meeting all between the two teams. Last year, Grissom notching a 34-21 win. The third season this year for Rich Dutton as Grissom head coach. Russellville led by head coach John Ritter. He entered his 6th season as head coach tonight. Last season, 7-5 for the Golden Tigers, including a 4-3 mark at home. That is important because under head coach Rich Dutton, the Tigers are just 1-9 on the road. Russellville prevails tonight, 35-20. Fairview over Columbia, 46-6. West Limestone ekes by Ardmore, 16-7. Guntersville 4 better than Southside tonight, 14-10. Jacksonville goes on the road, gets a win over Boaz, 43-21. And it's Mortimer Jordan taking the win tonight over Leeds. They are 3 better than Leeds, 38-21. In a game you heard on 97.7 ESPN The Zone, Buckhorn goes on the road tonight. Gets a win over Madison County, 42-35. Sardis going to get a win over DAR, 60-6. Hatton over Wilson, 22-10. Haleyville and Rogers. This one was exciting. Haleyville would go for 2 in the first quarter. They would get it. They would lead 8-7 after the first quarter. That would be your difference. That 1 point would be the difference. Haleyville edges Rogers 21-20. Madison Academy taking on Deschler. The Mustangs would gallop to a 28-0 halftime lead, and they don't look back. Mustangs cruise tonight, 42-6. Aniana over Cleveland, 55-24. Brewer notches a 23-7 win over Huntsville. Good Hope, 25 better than West Point, 39-14. Cherokee County all over Alexandria, 48-14 in the opener. Cold Springs blanking Curry, 20-0. Lincoln, 31-7 winners over Talladega. Anniston starts the year 7th-ranked team in Class 4A. They get a win 38-22 over Walter Wellborn. We are halfway done with the scores from Week 0. Just halfway here on Week 0. And I believe, should we get that timeout in? Yeah, let's get that first timeout here in on the Woody Anderson Ford High School Football Scoreboard Show presented by the Huntsville Sports Commission.
Did you know that Valley Equipment Rental also specializes in day and weekend rentals to homeowners? The weekend rentals is by far the best deal that they offer. If you pick up after 2 on a Friday or anytime Saturday morning, it's not due in until Monday morning before 8 a.m. for a one-day charge. For a small fee, Valley can even haul anything they carry. Valley has extremely experienced and knowledgeable staff that can help you decide what size machine you need or what type of machine you need to get your job done like a pro. They have all the big items that the contractors contractors need for their jobs, but they also carry the small tools that can help you with your DIY project. More importantly, Valley is locally owned and operated, which means when you have an issue, you can get someone on it right away, right here in the Valley. Heck, ask for Ross Roberts, the owner, if you like. Try calling one of the big box national outlets and ask for the owner. That's if you can even get through the automation. Buy local. Buy Valley Equipment Rental. Valley Equipment Rental has 2 locations, one on the North and South Parkway. Learn more at valleyequipmentrents.com.
Tom Abraham here from my friend Brian Hamaker and his team at North Alabama Mortgage. Look, buying a home is the biggest purchase you will make in your life, and it can be a bit intimidating, so you want people that can help walk you through the mortgage process and get you the best deal possible. That's what North Alabama Mortgage does, and they do it in Alabama, Tennessee, and Florida, from first-time purchases to refis, conventional, VA, FHA, and USDA loans. They have the solution at North Alabama Mortgage. Visit NorthAlabamaMortgage.com to learn more. That's NorthAlabamaMortgage.com.
When I chose a garage door company, I did my homework. I needed precision overhead garage door service. They have a 5-star Google rating. I checked their reviews and liked what their customers had to say. Precision Overhead Garage Door has lifetime warranty packages. Same-day service if I call before 2 p.m. If they can't make it the same day, my service call fee the next day is waived. They did a 25-point safety inspection on the door and operator. Now that's peace of mind. Residential, commercial, and gate services. Precision Overhead Garage Door Service. Call 256-400-4500.
Specializing in simple and affordable rentals, McCurry Van and Car Rental can make sure you have just the right vehicle for your next family vacation, weekend getaway, or if you just need transportation while your vehicle is being repaired. McCurry carries Ford Transit vans and Mercedes Sprinter vans, trucks and work vans, and more. And they offer discounted rental rates for long-term rentals. Now with 4 locations: Athens, Muscle Shoals, Coleman, and Huntsville. Log on McCurryRentals.com to make your reservation now. That's McCurryRentals.com. The Huntsville Sports Commission is responsible for bringing high-level sports entertainment to the Rocket City. In 2023, enjoy events like the CCSA Beach Volleyball Championships, Hometown Lenders Championship, UCI Paracycling Road World Cup, and so much more. To learn more about upcoming events and the Huntsville Sports Commission, visit HuntsvilleSports.com. The Huntsville Sports Commission. We do sports.
So, what's your favorite meal at Chick-fil-A? We decided to ask the experts at the South Memorial Chick-fil-A.
Hi, my name is Curtis from the South Memorial Chick-fil-A. My favorite meal is the spicy breakfast bowl with a large hash brown and a cherry coke.
Hi, my name is Tyler from the South Memorial Chick-fil-A. My favorite meal is the number 1 with a little bit of buffalo on the sandwich and some mayonnaise and a Coca-Cola to drink.
So, what's your favorite meal? Now, find out for yourself today at the South Memorial Chick-fil-A.
New coordinators.
That's as good as money, sir.
New quarterback.
It's my quarterback.
Same coach.
All right, and you all may be taking the week off, all right, this week, but I'm not.
We are your home of the Alabama Crimson Tide. 97.7 ESPN, The Zone.
There you go, folks. Welcome back into Week 0 of the North Alabama High School Football Scoreboard Show, powered by the Huntsville Sports Commission. It is Week 0, and we have been running down the scores. We mentioned we got through about half of them. We want to turn our attention back to the Huntsville area because this evening over at SportsMed Field, the Randolph Raiders entertaining West Morgan. And for those that are listening in Huntsville on 97.7 ESPN, if you had their app downloaded, you could have heard this game this evening. West Morgan comes over, Drew Phillips and company. They notch a win, 41-20 over the Randolph Raiders. And joining us here in the 97.7 ESPN The Zone studios, he was part of the call tonight for the Randolph Raider broadcast. Drew DeArmond with us. Drew, West Morgan last year getting the best of Randolph in the season opener. Tonight, once again, it is West Morgan getting the best of Randolph, 41-20.
No question about it. I think West Morgan's going to be the favorite in 4A Region 7. They finished just short last year, runner-up to a really good Deschler team, but they bring everybody back, and they put on a show tonight against a really scrappy Randolph squad. Randolph hung in there, tied it early at 7, and then fell behind 13-7. It was 20-7 at the break because they gave up a couple of explosive pass plays, and that was really the difference in the game. Randolph, only had a couple of explosive plays in the game, and a couple. William Collins had a catch and run of about 37 yards to set up their 9-yard touchdown run to tie the game early in the first quarter with about the 3-minute mark, and that was William Mitchell. William Mitchell, who was his first game as a starter, backed up Andrew Hunter last year, threw a couple of touchdowns and mop-up duty, but I thought for his first start, he did throw a couple of picks, but he really continued to play hard. Made some plays with his legs, hit a nice touchdown pass late to Rowan Campbell from 45 yards out, ran for 2, both 9 yards out, and threw for 1, but it was a 41-20 game, and the difference was just the explosive plays of a really good football team led by Drew Phillips and the West Morgan Rebels. They've got a veteran quarterback, pardon my French here because I lost about 15 pounds out in the sauna, but Braxton Peters threw 4 touchdowns, no interceptions for him. And that was the key. West Morgan didn't make any mistakes. They didn't turn the ball over. And Tiarius Mosley had nearly 200 yards receiving. I would estimate he had 7 or 8 catches on the night, had 3 touchdown catches. They were all explosives, 41 yards, 36, and then 49. So he and Peters were the combination tonight, and they were able to go to Mosley a couple times on 4th down late in the game too to really put the game away and run the clock out and really dominate the fourth quarter. Even though Randolph scored a couple of times, they did what they needed to do. They were able to control the clock, and they get away with a 41-20 win. I think Randolph still got some bright moments ahead.
Yeah,
they've got a scrappy young group, and they've got a couple of seniors in William Collins and Daniel Martin that really play hard. And but I think overall, West Morgan, you're going to hear from them this year. They're a very good football team, and what really struck me is how much better they look throwing the football. Last year they didn't throw it much against Randolph. Still found a way to control the game via turnovers and defensively along the line of scrimmage, and then Jalen Fletcher, who was a junior last year, senior this year, had a 24-yard touchdown run, but he was able to make some big plays late and help them put the game away a year ago. This year, he looks like he has a little bit more help. They're a little bit more dynamic outside, and so West Morgan, really good football team, really good win, 41-20 over a well-coached Randolph Raider team.
Last year, Randolph drops this season opener. They parlay, though, that into a fantastic regular season, the deepest run in playoff history for the Raiders. Not saying that, the verdict's still out on this year's team, but the thing is dropping a week 0 or a week 1 game is not the end of it. It's not all. You show the most improvement from week 1 to week 2 in Randolph next week. A tough challenge, yet another one, but another chance to improve, though.
Well, it is, but they knew going in, just like last year, they played 2 really good teams to start the season, and it was 2 teams that West Morgan went on to finish runner-up in 4A Region 7, and then in 3A Region 7, Madison Academy won that region. Madison Academy was very impressive tonight, 42-6, pardon me, on the road against Deschler. That's an outstanding win against a really good football team. The Deschler Tigers very tough at home, but Madison Academy got off to a quick start, got up 28-0. And last year was the first time in school history in that 46-33 win that Randolph had beaten Madison Academy. But this year, next week, the Raiders have to travel to Bill Washington Stadium. This is a football team in Madison Academy that's got a lot of veteran guys and a transfer quarterback that looks like he's going to be a really good player. And so they've got a big-time running game, and then Jackson Reese is a very dynamic player outside. And so, the big thing for the Raiders is they're going to have to clean up the penalties today. They had too many offensive penalties. And then secondary-wise, they had trouble with a dynamic wide receiver in Tiarius Mosley earlier this evening. They're going to really have to pack a lunch because, Jackson Reese is talented. But again, Randolph's goal is to win 4A Region 8, and that's what they want to do. And they know they're going to learn a lot about themselves. They learned a lot tonight. They scrapped. They never, gave up. I thought they played hard for 4 quarters. They're going to go compete next week, and then in week 3, they're going to go to Discovery Middle School and take on a rebuilding JP2 program with Chad O'Melia there. So Randolph just wants to stay healthy and try to continue to get better, because they knew this opening 2-game stretch, much like last year, was going to be very difficult. They would find out how good a football team they can have, and they did when they gained a lot of confidence against Madison Academy. I still think they can take a lot of confidence from this performance against West Morgan tonight, and it'll be interesting to see that matchup next week. But Madison Academy and Bob Gotze certainly were very impressive last week in the Jamboree against East Limestone, and then tonight on the road at Deschler.
All right, you can hear him each Friday night in Huntsville on 97.7 ESPN, The Zone, with the Randolph Raiders. Drew DeArmond joining us on a Friday night. He'll do so each and every Friday night here on the Woody Anderson Ford High School Football Scoreboard Show, powered by the Huntsville Sports Commission. Let's keep running down some of those scores for you that we have not had a chance to get through yet. Hackleburg and Phil Campbell. Phil Campbell 2 better than Hackleburg. Douglas shutting out Susan Moore tonight, 20-0. J.B. Pennington over Hayden, 20-6. Lawrence County over Danville, 41-7. Cherokee over Brindley Mountain, 38-6. St. John Paul II and Westbrook Christian. St. John Paul II would have a 14-point lead at the half. They'd watch it evaporate in the second half. Westbrook Christian wins it 42-27. Plainview over Priceville, 21-7. Ohatchee over Sachs, 32-8. Sulligent, 11 better than Oakman, 27-16. Lexington gets a win tonight over Colbert Heights, 42-25. We'll have more on that one here in just a second. Spring Garden over Sandrock, 48-22. Weston blanking Galesville, 48-0. The scores continue to roll on. Clements blanking Holly Pond tonight, 27-0. Winston County blanking Addison, 14-0. Woodville shutting out Whitesburg Christian Academy, 40-0. North Sand Mountain blanking Valley Head, 15-0. Decatur Heritage, they roll tonight over Section, 63-15. Brilliant blanking Waterloo, 64-0. Now there were a handful of games that were played on Thursday. Athens over East Limestone, 63-14. Arab over Albertville, 34-6. Muscle Shoals over Bob Jones, 48-14. It'd be Lauderdale County eking by Tanner, 27-21. And Elkmont, one better than Sheffield, 30-29. Elkmont outscores Sheffield 8-0 in the fourth to grab the win. Mars Hill Bible starts the year ranked 4th in Class 3A. They looked good last night with a 55-21 win over Coleman, and it's Brooks getting by Colbert County 35-7. 256-576-4977. If you're staying up with us late tonight, that is the phone number to the Woody Anderson Ford High School Football Scoreboard Show, powered by the Huntsville Sports Commission. Give us your scores, give us your highlights, give us your thoughts here on a Friday night. It is week 0 of the high school football season. Let's get a break in. Let's get one timeout in here real fast. The action, we'll put the ball back on the tee, and we'll tee it up here in just a couple minutes. Here on 97.7 ESPN The Zone, 100.1 FM WLAY, and 105.9 WKLS.
Danny, pass the potatoes, please.
Sure, Dad.
And the salt.
Here you go.
And the bucket.
I need the bucket.
The water is dripping in my food.
Honey, can we get the roof fixed now?
Don't wait until the damage is done to call a roofer. Call the experts at Yellowhammer Roofing and let them inspect your roof. Locally owned and operated, licensed and insured. Call 256-232-1933. That's 256-232-1933. YellowhammerRoofing.com.
Here in the South, we like our traditions, like Alabama football and tailgating on fall Saturdays. And the best way to start your tailgate? Visit Brooks & Collier to see North Alabama's largest selection of premium grills and smokers. Big Green Egg, Blaze, and Traeger. Everything you need for that perfect tailgate. Check out our rubs and seasonings. We have a full wall to please any taste palate. Visit Brooks & Collier at 813 Meridian Street or at brooksandcollier.com. An Alabama tradition for 75 years. Roll Tide.
You're starting to see more and more of them on the road in Huntsville, Madison, and North Alabama. And we've got them in stock, on the ground, ready for you to test drive. Hi, Bobby White back again for Woody Anderson Ford, and I'm talking about the all-electric Mustang Mach-E. Come experience the torque, exhilaration, and technology of our all-electric 2023 Mach-E, and you'll see why folks are leasing and buying them as fast as we can get them. And that's not to mention you may qualify for a $7,500 tax credit. Woody Anderson Ford is offering financing as low as 2.9% for 60 months, plus $3,000 in bonus cash on the 2023 Mustang Mach-E. Or you can lease one for $449 a month. And we've also got 23 Bronco Sports for $399 a month. These are 36-month leases with $5,271 on Mach-E, $3,709 on Bronco Sport due at signing. Zero security deposit, just tax tag title, and your good credit. These offers end September 4th. Call 539-9441 for complete details. Come on in today. Woody Anderson Ford. Hope to see you soon.
Tom Abraham here from my friend Brian Hamaker and his team at North Alabama Mortgage. Look, buying a home is the biggest purchase you will make in your life, and it can be a bit intimidating, so you want people that can help walk you through the mortgage process and get you the best deal possible. That's what North Alabama Mortgage does, and they do it in Alabama, Tennessee, and Florida, from first-time purchases to refis, conventional, VA, FHA, and USDA loans. They have the solution at North Alabama Mortgage. Visit NorthAlabamaMortgage.com to learn more. That's NorthAlabamaMortgage.com.
This is Wes Neighbors sitting here with Philip Love of not only Eagle Insulation, now he represents Eagle Companies. Eagle through the years have added several companies to help individuals or builders through their construction renovation process. Eagle is known to represent quality, efficiency, and professionalism. Philip, I know you do insulation, but do you do masonry?
We do.
Do you do grading, erosion control, and dirt hauled off?
We do.
Do you do afterpaint, which includes shower doors, mirrors, shelving blinds, and bath hardware?
Yes, we do, Wes.
Do you do landscaping and irrigation?
Yes, we do.
So basically, Eagle can help you all along your process of building your house or doing renovations. So do you do plumbing?
We do not, Wes, but we can find somebody to do it.
Just give them time. They'll be there. Anyway, call Eagle Insulation at
256-755-1556.
Eagle saves you time. Eagle saves you money. Call Eagle today.
Thanks, Wes.
Hi, this is Eli Gold, voice of the Alabama Crimson Tide. Join us every week for Alabama football right here.
Listen to Alabama football all season long on 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
Welcome back to the Woody Anderson Ford High School Football Scoreboard Show, powered by the Huntsville Sports Commission. It is Week 0 action, and we have ran down all the scores for you. Let's go back to the West Limestone Ardmore score. West Limestone victorious tonight, 16-7 over Ardmore. All time now, that is a big win for the West Limestone Wildcats. Easy for me to say. It's probably because it's 11:40 at night. However, their head coach, who is entering his 6th season as head coach, joining us now on the Woody Anderson Ford High School Football Scoreboard Show hotline. Shelby Davis joining us. Coach, congratulations on the Week 0 win tonight.
Thank you, guys, man. We appreciate it.
When we talked to you at Limestone County Media Days, you were saying how tough of an opener this one was going to be. Ardmore is a very tough, physical football team. You knew it was going to be tough. 16-7 winners. I'd have to imagine by the score, it was exactly how you thought the game would be.
Well, we knew it was going to be tough. They dressed 70 guys, and we just dressed 50, and we don't play but about 20, 21, 22, and we got several guys that had to play both ways, and this heat just really took a toll on us, and they were able to stay in it. It's 14-0.5, and they grinded it out. And, came back. We gave up a big play on defense, but for their only score. But man, defense did a great job. Man, they played great. They flied around and got after them. And I think we had 4 turnovers, and then we got that safety towards the end. But offense, we just couldn't get in the rhythm. We had a lot of penalties and stuff. So the good news is that's all fixable. But really happy to get a win. Like I tell everybody, Saturday's always better after a win.
Coach, who kind of stood out for you tonight?
I mean, we had a bunch of guys that really stood out, to be honest with you. It was pretty total team total win. And, we had Easton Smith scored a couple touchdowns, rushing touchdowns, which and we had that safety, to complete our scoring. But, man, it's just a lot of guys really just flying around, playing hard and playing tough.
They always say the greatest improvement comes from week 1 to week 2. Week 2, we'll see you guys travel still on the road. First, in fact, your first 3 games come on the road. Next week, a road game at Clements.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we'll have to, get our feet back under us this weekend and get some rest and get ready to go next week. The good news is it's going to be about 20 to 30 degrees cooler, so, that's always a plus. How did you guys battle the heat tonight? Did you guys take any extra precautions, any extra steps? What did you do to combat the heat? Yeah, we did a lot of things throughout the week, trying to get these guys hydrated and, really just it comes down to discipline, laying off the caffeine and the sugar and, really drinking and hydrating well and eating well. And, we had some stuff in there to help them with cramp, but I don't even know that we had anybody cramp. We had some water fans on the sideline. We had ice towels and all that stuff to ice them, get them cooled off in the timeouts and stuff. But, it was just great night and, a great win. All right, Coach, congratulations. We'll let you go, and thank you. Thank you so much for joining us. 11:43 at night. We appreciate it, Coach. Hey, we appreciate it, guys. Thanks for covering us. All right, thank you. Shelby Davis, head coach, West Limestone Wildcats, joining us. His team victorious tonight, 16-7 in their season opener against Ardmore. We mentioned the Lexington Wildcats just a minute ago, and I want to go back to Lexington here because tonight, I believe, yes, it was Blake Killen making his debut as Lexington head coach, and Blake Killen, of course, victorious in his debut as Lexington head coach. 42-25 winners tonight over Colbert Heights. So congratulations to Blake Killen, winner in game 1. For Lexington next week, it's a tough one. They're going to travel to take on Pisgah, and then they're going to step in region play in week 3, week 2, or their third game of the season, however you want to look at it, as they will welcome Red Bay. Let's run down those scores one more time for you on the Woody Anderson Ford High School Football Scoreboard Show, powered by the Huntsville Sports Commission. Now, if you want to join the show before we get to the scores, 256-576-4977. The phone lines are open. If you're at a game tonight, if you sweated it out, you want to talk about it, feel free to do so. We got time. The phone lines are open on a Friday night. All right, so the game if you were in the Huntsville area, you heard the entire first half. Sparkman 31-0 lead at the half. The game was stopped at the half due to an incident away from the field. Fans had to be evacuated. Everybody had to be evacuated from the stadium there at Sparkman High School, on the campus of Sparkman High School. Again, we did reach out to both head coaches, Ronnie Watson and Charlie Wilburn. We asked them to kind of help us through this. They said that, hey, they could not come on. They couldn't share any information about what happened. And we completely understand that. But as we work to get more information on this story, we're going to pass it along to you. So make sure, if you're in the Huntsville area, follow us on Facebook and Twitter at 977ESPN. We will give you any updates that we can through Facebook and Twitter. It's Austin and Hartselle tonight. Hartselle, the third-ranked team in Class 6A. Austin comes away your winner tonight, 28-17. The loss for Hartselle snaps a 23-game regular season win streak. Decatur gets a 54-23 win over May Jemison. That kicks off the Arian Savage era for the Decatur Red Raiders. Of course, longtime head coach Jer Adcock
Got to go all the way back to 1996. That's the last time he was not on this. That's the first year he was on the sidelines for the Decatur Raiders. All right, a game that you heard in Huntsville over the airwaves on 97.7 ESPN The Zone. The Buckhorn Bucks, a 42-25 winner over Madison County on a very hot, steamy night, week 0 of the high school football season. I'm trying to go back in my mind and go back through all 22 years of high school football coverage here, and I don't remember it being as hot tonight as it has been. Trying to go all the way back, and I'm still trying to remember, and I can't remember. But we do go out to the Woody Anderson Ford High School football scoreboard hotline as Coach Matt Patterson from the Buckhorn Bucks kind enough to join us tonight here on the Scoreboard Show. His team victorious 42-25. Congratulations, Coach. Week 0 win. Always nice to say.
1-0.
1-0 indeed. Got to take it one game at a time. Coach, what kind of stood out to you tonight?
Man, I think the second half adjustments from our coaching staff stood out the most. I thought our offensive line played great in the second half. I thought our defense played better. Samario Angel had 3 rushing touchdowns. Cameron Swain had 2, and really kind of put the game away on ice there midway through the fourth quarter. I think we got up 42-29, or 42-19, and offensive line just started dominating in the second half.
All right, Coach. What did the Heat? I mean, did the Heat take a toll on the guys at all?
A little bit late for us. I think it hit Madison County more than us because most of their guys were going both ways, and we 2 platoon, so we're a little bit better there. We did a really good job of substituting at running back, substituting at linebacker, and D-line. So we had some late, which I kind of expected just because of how hot it was and being the first game. But other than that, it was pretty good on our end tonight.
Coach, Cameron Swain, back-to-back 34-yard runs for a touchdown. What was that in the playbook? Did I dial it up? I mean, speak on that.
Oh, man, we don't matter to right now with us who we have it running back between Cameron Swain and Shamari Landrum. It's 1A and 1B. They shared the load really, really well tonight, and they combined for 5 touchdowns. I'm not sure of the yardage, but it was, I'm sure it's 250 to 300 yards combined between the 2 of them, and kind of what I expected.
Well, Coach, and we've asked every coach this tonight, the biggest improvement does come from week 1 to week 2. I mean, I know you haven't had a chance to break the film down, but, I mean, from what you saw on the sidelines, is there one area that you can say, okay, guys, come Monday, this is what we're going to have to kind of clean up a little bit?
We got to be better on the defensive line. We got to be better with some energy. Had snaps not that were drive killers. We had some effort face masks. And I say that it wasn't nothing vicious. It was just kids trying to make plays. The 2 face mask penalties extended a drive, and roughing the passer that extended a drive. It led to 2 touchdowns. But I tell you this, you're somebody improving from week 1 to week 2. My hat's off to Coach Putnam and the staff at Madison County because their kids played with a lot of guts all night long, and they improved tremendously from their jamboree last week at West Limestone that we were able to scout to tonight. And that's a testament to him and his coaching staff and to their kids, quite honestly.
All right. It's Helena in week 2 for the Buckhorn Bucks, Coach. And good luck, and we'll hopefully talk to you the next week, 2-0.
Heck yeah. We'll go down there and I'll pull that one off. I'll be calling you. You won't have to call me.
All right, Coach. All right. Enjoy the rest of the evening.
All right, Scott. Thank y'all.
All right, thanks. Matt Patterson, Buckhorn Bucks head coach. I want to go back to the Hazel Green-Sparkman game because Madison County Schools has released a statement, and this is what they released in part about the incident this evening. This message is intended to provide accurate information about a situation that occurred Friday night at the football game between Hazel Green and Sparkman. The report goes on to say, on 2 separate occasions, a large number of students in the open area on the south end of the stadium began running and causing a major disruption. At this point, we are unsure why these disruptions occurred. We are currently working with our Madison County School System resource officers and the Madison County Sheriff's Office to get to the bottom of the situation. The report went on to say, out of an abundance of caution, the decision was made to clear the stadium, suspend the game. This incident will be thoroughly investigated and proper action will be taken. We appreciate the support of the Madison County Sheriff's Office, the Madison County School Resource Officers, and the staff on both schools for handling of the situation. They went on to say, we will release more information as we receive it. That is from Madison County Schools, and that is in regards to the Sparkman-Hazel Green game tonight, a game that was suspended at the half with Sparkman leading 31-0. Short time left here. Short time left on the Woody Anderson Ford High School Football Scoreboard Show, powered by the Huntsville Sports Commission. So used to saying the North Alabama High School Football Scoreboard Show.
Tongue twisters.
It is. Now we're doing this. Hey, but we're
it's
grateful.
It's the heat.
It is. We're grateful for Woody Anderson Ford. We're grateful for the Huntsville Sports Commission. We're great that they're aboard with us, and they're going to be with us for 11 weeks. We have 11 weeks of the high school football season. Tonight was just week 0. There were some jamborees tonight. So there were a few jamborees, and the reason why is, and here's the reason why, because if you chose to have spring football, then you will play your jamboree tonight. You will kick the season off on week 1. If you opted not to have spring football, you get to start your practices a couple weeks earlier. Last week was jamboree week, so all these teams that are playing tonight had their jamborees last week. They can now schedule 10 games in 11 weeks. So some of it's gamesmanship, some of it is old-fashioned. Some coaches like to play 10 games in 10 weeks. Some like to have that bye week. Let's run down some more scores for you. Scottsboro, 5 better than Fort Payne, 56-51. Pinson Valley gets by Florence, 18-3. James Clemens over Gardendale, 26-21. Oxford, 10 better than McAdory, 33-23. Russellville over Grissom, 35-20. It is Fairview over Columbia, 46-6. West Limestone, 16. Ardmore, 7. Gunnersville, 4 better than Southside, 14-10. Jacksonville over Boaz, 43-21. And Mortimer Jordan over Leeds, 31-28.
And as we keep rolling down, West Morgan was a winner, 41-20 over Randolph. You can also hear that on Zone 2 as well. And also, Buckhorn was a winner on our air, 42-25 over Madison County. Sardis was a big-time winner, 60-6 over DAR. Hatton was a winner, 22-10 over Wilson. Haleyville, 21, one better than Rogers, 20. Madison Academy, of course, 42-6 over Deschler. Aniana at home, 55 big over Cleveland, 24. Brewer, 23 on the road at Huntsville, 7. West Point. Good Hope at home, 39-14 over West Point. Cherokee County at home, 48-14 over Alexandria. Cold Springs, 20-0 over Curry. Lincoln, 31-7 over Talladega. Anniston, 38. Walter Wellborn, 22. And I actually did not get the Red Bay Hamilton game because I got kind of distracted in between.
We're still trying to effort that one.
Apparently, Red Bay doesn't exist on any of these scores.
Yeah, still trying to find.
But as we're still rolling on, Phil Campbell 22, Hackleburg 20, Douglas Blank Susan Moore 20-0, JB Pennington at home 20-6 over Hayden, Lawrence County 41-7 over Danville, Cherokee County big over Brindley Mountain 38-6, Westbrook Christian 42, JP2 27. Plainview 7 better, 21-14 over Priceville. Ohatchee 32-8 over Sachs. Sulligent 27-16 over Oakman. Lexington over Colbert Heights 42-25. And Weston over Galesville 48-0.
All right. The Woody Anderson High School Football Scoreboard Show, powered by the Huntsville Sports Commission, rolling along. Clements blanking Holly Pond 27-0. Winston County blanking Addison 14-0. Woodville blanking Whitesburg Christian Academy 40-0. North Sand Mountain, they're blanking Valley Head 15-0. Decatur Heritage all over section 63-15. Brilliant blanking Waterloo 64-0. So some of your Thursday games Again, Athens winners over East Limestone 63-14. Arab over Albertville 34-6. Muscle Shoals over Bob Jones 48-14. Lauderdale County blanking Tanner 21-7. And it was Elkmont outscoring Sheffield 8-0 in the fourth quarter last night. They go on to get a 1-point win over Sheffield 30-29. Marsville Bible goes on the road last night, gets the best of Coleman 55-41. Marsville Bible 4th ranked in Class 3A. And Brooks over Culver County 35-7. That is the final bell, the horn, whatever you want to call it, on our Week 0 edition of the High School Football Scoreboard Show. We'll be back at it for Week 1 starting next week. We'll come your way each and every Friday night after the conclusion of the Buckhorn game in Huntsville on 97.7 ESPN The Zone. Want to thank our friends 105.9 WKLS Gadsden and Anniston and 100.1 FM WLAY in Florence and Muscle Shoals for tuning in tonight. It is the Woody Anderson Ford High School Football Scoreboard Show presented by the Huntsville Sports Commission.
Billy has grown by leaps and bounds over the past year and is adding more and more equipment to their already impressive fleet. Valley is a locally owned family equipment rental business serving the entire Tennessee Valley. They concentrate on the local contractors, building repeat business and specializing in long-term rentals for their local contractors. The benefit of long-term rental is that they stay on top of their assets. If something you own goes down in the field, you have to stop and fix it before you can finish the job. With Valley Equipment Rental, they will fix it on site or bring you another machine while that one's being fixed. More importantly, Valley is locally owned and operated, which means when you have